He's over there giving me crappy ass lock washers. He should know better.
Too big?
Yeah, it fits. It's full width lock washer. I think a piece of crap he gave me.
A narrow one?
These here, you want to use a hex bolt on these so you can torque them down. You should also put a little bit of oil on the thread before you pull them in there, which you didn't do either. Where's your oil at? Oops, found some. A good place for it. Now, when you're dealing with stove bolts, hey, this way, quit looking with your eyeballs. Only dumbasses put Loctite on because when they go down here and spin in circles, how do you ever get your bolt back out? It's already hard enough to get in there and make them work. And then using red Loctite on top of it is really stupid. So don't use any Loctite on it. Now, a lock nut is not exactly a good thing either because it gets hot. It doesn't really do much in my locks. Use mechanical lock washer or mechanical locking nuts is what you use, ideally. Okay, I need a regular wrench. Open it.
1/2 inch?
Yep. Now, you notice how I'm putting the screwdriver in here? Look up here. See how it holds the stove bolt in there against the square where it needs to be? Here, you can have this thing. Hold it over there. That way you don't keep rounding out everything. Because see, when it hits the lock it gets tight. So. With that red Loctite on there, by the time you got it halfway done, the thing will probably lock up on you. You just about have to break the bolt to get it out. Assuming you didn't spin in the hole, which you would. And then you'll be in there trying to cut it off. Okay, how are we up on the top?
Good.
Okay. Come back here and torque this down. There's that lock washer you brought. Where's your other wrench?
Which one you want? Another 1/2 inch?
It looks like this and this. Do I use a long extension? There. Solid, see? Alright, what'd you do on this one?
It's all
I don't know why you got it way over here, we can't get anything to it. What was the idea behind that?
Well, I wasn't using a
You want to use a
foot long. I was using one that was 6 incher instead of a foot long.
So you're banging against your fender? You could have had it over here where you had good access to it. Alright, is it tight?
Yeah, it's tight.
This one tight? Is this one tight?
No.
Why is that one tight then?
That one's probably not tight enough, I guess.
You got it tight. That's good. Use a wrench on it. Just can't use it. solid. You want to be solid. Rattling around is not good. Okay, exhaust is now on there. With my little gauge cluster at. This thing you use to tighten this up a little bit like this. Tighten it up, it's already tight. Alright, you can get these off yet?
No, you got me.
You couldn't figure out how to get the caps off?
No, I can figure out how to get them off. You should have me do something else.
Oh, they're glued in and they're plastic. Wonderful. Plastic crap. These are glued in. So when you got plastic and you glue it, you get a mess. That's why you don't use plastic and you don't glue them in.
I will never do that.
Oh, what a shocker. They're both the same. That one might come out though. Yeah, we got that one out. Okay, that one's out. The other one, not quite so much.
Nose picking tool?
Nope. Plastic pasty removal tool. That enough slide in for you?
I ought to get it. You're not messing around.
And get a hold of it. There, it was big enough.
Alright.
I have the right tool right here. All right. Jeez. Those are either Loctite or rusted in. Jeez. Hard right to the last thread. Yeah, nice threads. See any threads in that hole?
More the same, huh?
You know things are going good when the easy jobs are painting those.
That's...
How's that look for you?
It's good.
All right. What else we got to fabricate for your switches and stuff? Ignition switch fell off the bike for some reason.
It's right there.
All right.
I just set it down there so it didn't fall. Looks like that one might be cross-threaded.
Yeah.
Kind of going in at an angle. Weird.
Don't worry about it. Okay, we're down to the nut that used to be over here for this. Did you use it on something else?
No. Over there, or is it in the box?
Switch.
Huh?
There's no reason to lose it.
I.
Found it yet?
No.
You know what it looks like? Not in that box. See, he spends a lot of time looking for junk that he keeps losing. We'll spend 20 minutes for him looking for that nut. I'll just go get another one right here. Okay, this is the second new nut you're getting for the same part.
What's that?
This is the second new nut you're getting for the same part.
Second new nut?
Yeah. So let's not lose it again. Here, hold on to this thing.
I know that nut went.
Do you know where it went now?
Yeah.
Right where you put it?
Yep.
Good.
Right up there.
Not over there though. Dumbass has to put a switch on it, right? Has to go up here. Now this switch might fall down from gravity. Which will cause a shorting condition here, so probably should put some kind of a safety rubber on there. You know where that safety rubber is going to come from?
Yeah, that big piece that we cut up yesterday.
Yeah, that big pile of material I got? Yeah, that's exactly where it's going to come from. Okay, so we got all the key ingredients now of where they're going to go. Except for the 3 ground wires. I don't know why we need 3 of those yet. Alright, so now we got to do is we got to make up a wiring schematic for this project. So we figure out where all this crap's going to go to. We undid all the stuff we didn't want. That didn't leave a whole hell of a lot left. So next thing we get rid of, I think we'll get rid of this multiple ground location. So once you grab a 5/16, be a 1/2-inch socket, or not socket, but a combination. We'll get that off, and I'm going to figure out a wiring schematic. So we'll get some more stuff. We'll be back.
All right, here we go.
We need to be very close. Okay, we need to figure out our wiring schematics. That's right here. How's it look?
Looks like a blank piece of paper.
It's got 2 turds on it. Alright, so you gotta draw what you want. So you want a headlight, don't you?
Yep.
There's your headlight. How many wires are coming out of there?
2.
What color?
Green and
Green now.
green or yellow and white. I'm sorry, yellow and white.
Oh, you just got the stock colors?
Yeah.
Great. What's the other one we need coming out?
What's the other one?
Black.
Black.
Ground.
Okay.
3 wires coming out.
Why are we missing one then?
Okay, what else we got up there?
We got both of our little lights
We got a switch.
and a switch.
Toggle switch right here. Looks like this. 3 wires coming out of it. What else is over here?
The 2 idiot lights.
Idiot lights.
2 wires coming out each of
So
those.
you got oil and gin. So many wires are there.
2. They're both black.
I'm gonna do whatever color I make.
Stock.
What else we got?
We've got our coil. The wires running to the coil.
We're in the handlebar department right now.
Oh, something. What else we got? We got the speedo.
Speedo. What's on the speedo?
The speedo is
Got light. Speedo light. How quickly we forget.
orange and black.
Speedo. That's just a light. Got black and orange. Alright, so that's all the stuff on our front fork. So all of that goes in one location. Okay, then we got down here, we got a motor. Okay, it looks like this. You like my artwork?
It's pretty good for a 6-year-old.
Pretty good, huh? What's this right here?
That's the generator.
Gen. What do we got on the generator?
What do we got for wires on the generator?
Got 2 wires.
Yep.
We got battery. That'd be a plus 12 volt. Then we have a light, which is this wire. This wire goes to up there.
Okay.
Okay, what else is on the bike that we gotta worry about?
The ignition
What's down here?
down there.
Mm-hmm.
The oil.
Mm-hmm. Switch. Low pressure switch.
Oil pressure switch.
One
That's
wire.
right on the bottom.
One wire. That one's what, yellow, isn't it?
Right.
So that goes. Where's that go to?
That one's gonna go to the light up top on the
There you
fork.
go. Goes up to the light. So these 2 wires go up to these 2 things. This one here goes to your battery. Where's your battery at? Oh, it's over here. You got a plus and a negative. Okay, what else we got on the bike?
We've got the
What's this?
back tire, the brakes, the brake light.
Brake light. How many wires?
2,
How many does it need?
3,
How many's it got?
2.
Okay. Just so we know.
Actually, there's a ground up under the fender.
Okay, we got a red. And we got some kind of like a blue or green wire.
Yeah.
Probably green. Okay, so this is our tail light and brake light. So we also have a switch down here. Brake. What colors are in that thing?
Orange.
They were all orange, that was the problem.
I think that's what it was.
They were. They were all the same color.
Yeah, they're both orange. So that would be fun.
Oh yeah. Okay, so we got the back of the bike, top of the bike, front of the bike. What else is left?
The ignition. Ignition wires.
Coil.
Coil, yeah.
And the ignition.
So,
Coil. Got 3 wires coming out of that.
yes. Pink, white,
Pink. What pink is what? Where's your instruction?
you threw them away.
You see them away.
Pink is,
Front or rear?
pink is rear.
Pink is rear.
Yeah, blue is front.
Blue is front. Blue is front. Pink is rear.
Oh,
And red. Actually, it's white.
white. Just in the middle there.
That's right, it's white, I forget. It goes to red wire using a bike. Alright, so,
I'm looking at the right one, right?
well, which one looks like your vehicle, sir?
Yeah, that's it. That's it. It's got 3 rings.
Where's your camera at?
Yeah. So,
Let's see your camera over here.
flip it around.
Okay, you
Yeah.
got, how many coils you got?
No. Yep.
This one?
Yeah.
That one?
Nope.
Square?
No.
Square? 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 It could be these two because it's square.
But it's this one because I got 3 posts back here.
You got 3 wires?
Yeah.
Not 2 wires?
Nope, 3.
So it must be this one.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So we're gonna use this one right here. Okay, what are these 2 wires here?
The green and violet.
Where they go to?
That goes to the tack, the green.
You said the pink wire goes to tack. It's green on this side.
Right.
That's Harley color. Why the hell they put a pink wire down here? I haven't got a clue.
Okay.
That would confuse somebody, but yeah, whatever. Okay, violet is always Vose switch. Now you don't use a Vose switch because you don't want to.
Well, I don't use that tack either.
So we stuck these and stuffed them back down the harness. They're in here about this deep in. Can you see anything when you're looking over here? Some of that crappy camera activity.
Yeah, this guy.
Anyway, I took the 2 wires, I cut them about this much difference in length, and I shoved them back in the harness. I did that for 2 reasons. One is you need them to program the ignition module. And the other one is someday you might put a Vose switch on and make the bike run better. And you might want to tack one day to match this one, the one out that side. So that's why they're on the right there. But for now, we're not going to wire them in the system, so we only have to worry about 3 wires to hook up this. So what else we got to hook up?
That's it.
That's it? We only have this much?
That's it.
We're almost half done with the wiring schematic. What's left? It's not on here.
That's not on there?
Yep.
Do this, get that. Get the grounds. Oh. Yeah, okay, we got the ground there. The ignition hookup right here.
Switch.
Ignition switch.
3 wires.
3 wires.
Guess which ones are which? You got plus 12 volt.
Minus 12 volt.
You got ignition. And you have light.
Oh, that's right, light.
You look at it over there.
I'm just looking at the ignition.
Right over
Yeah,
here.
okay. I was going to show them when you're done.
Okay, there, I'm done. Now, there's something else we might want to put on a bike. You got things called circuit breakers. Those are breakers. You might want to put those on there too, but not necessarily. Maybe I'd have to go back under there someplace. Okay, so these are optional because we're never going to short anything out on the bike, so we don't have to worry about it. And if we did short something out, it wouldn't be anything important anyway, so who cares? Okay, now we have to figure out how we're going to connect all this stuff.
So, alright.
I already did the hard part. What did I do?
You disconnected two of the 3 grounds that were on.
I connected the ground
and you
system.
moved and you rerouted it.
Look, I have the ground system on the vehicle. See, it goes out of here, circles around the back, goes right here. It doesn't get hit with anything. It's out of the way. There.
Done.
I did 50% of the wiring right there. I don't know why you couldn't just take up the slack and do the rest. There's almost like nothing else to do.
Okay, so basically...
Okay, now we got to figure out how we're going to connect all this stuff. Where's that terminal strip thing you had?
That's right.
Okay, we can use something like this, like we did before, to give us a place to connect all these wires to. Gives you a convenient place to do it. It's real simple to use because you just terminate one wire, you'll put to a post. Quick and simple, easy to repair down the road. You don't have to be a genius to do that. Real simple. The disadvantage is you got to put this someplace. Now you have a really nice seat bracket that I would sit right up under there, really good one. So that's one way of doing it. The other way to do it is you got to take it and put inside a bunch of connectors. These things called Deutsch connectors, and they basically replace that. See that has how many circuits?
Mm-hmm.
How many circuits that got? Wires, I mean. And that plugs into this side here. So you got this here that you stuff up under the bike. It's all sealed. Or you have stuff like this that's up under there that you have to mount somehow. So there's 2 different ways of doing it. Well, actually, it's 3 ways. You just butt spice them all together and call it done. That's the other way. So what we have to do is figure out how many circuits we actually need here. So we got the basic layout of what we need. Now we got to figure out how we're going to do it. Now, the stuff that has to have power is we have to have brake light switch has to be here. We have to go to ignition. So we're going to make ignition number 1. We got a tail light. Green wire, which is your tail light, that's a number 2 circuit. That'd be your lighting circuit. Red wire is a number 1 circuit. Now this and this can go together. Now breakers might use, might not, it's up to you. Okay, the coil, what's the coil? Is that number 1 or 2 circuit?
That's going to be number 1.
Number 1. That is number 1 too. You can't do anything without ignition. That's definitely a number 1. What about your lights?
My lights? Number 1.
No, they're number 2. We don't give a squat about lights.
Oh, okay.
So number 2 is light. Okay, oil pressure switch. That'd be a number 1.
Number 1.
Generator.
Number 1.
These are all number 1s up here. Okay. Start driving you off the page. Okay, so that's a number 1 circuit. And the speedo?
Speedo can be number 2, right?
Number 2. We don't care about light for that. We don't need that to make it work. Okay, so that's your importance order that we have to figure out. So all the number 1 stuff has to go to a number 1 circuit. All your number 2 goes to a number 2 circuit. Now you could make this a 1 and a 2 up here. We have circuit breakers, and that gives you a nice terminal strip. Because you got 1 wire in, 1 wire, 2 wires out. You stack a whole bunch on 1 post. So it gives you a place to put a bunch of splices together, if you want to do it that way. So there are advantages to running circuit breakers. Plus they protect the circuit in case something happens, it pops off. So there's advantages to these things. So we have to decide if you want to use those or not. So now we got to figure out how we're going to make all of this stuff here work. This is a brake switch, red switch, okay. So the stuff that has to be working on the bike is we have to make the ignition stuff work. That's the first thing on the list we got to do. Now how many wires are we going to need to make that work? We need a brake switch we have to make work. The brake switch runs that, so that's a separate circuit. So we have 1 wire that has to go in this brake switch. So we got 1 wire up here for sure we need. Okay, now the oil pressure and generator are fed by 1 wire because they feed these 2 lights with hot and they ground back. And we don't care about that. So we got 2 things there that have to be connected. And we got the coil down here, which is the 3rd one. So we got 3 different things that got to be connected together here to make things work. The generator usually goes right to the battery by itself, and there's no interruptions. It goes direct. If you burn the generator up, you burn wire up, big deal. At least you know what the problem is. But you want 100% of your regulator signal to see the battery voltage. Otherwise, things don't work right. If you run them through circuit breakers, they really don't like it, and they don't start working right. So you go right to the battery. So you don't have to worry about that. It's a separate thing. Just like a starter, electric starter is a separate thing too. Okay, so we got 3 wires we got to put onto that. Now for the light circuit, we got to feed the headlight, which is through your switch, which is right here. This is your plus 12 right here. So you need a wire right to that. We need a speedo wire, a light circuit wire, which would be the same post. We can run at the same spot. So we only need 1 going forward. And then we got the brake switch back here is a separate one. Or not brake, but the tail light here. It's a separate one. So we only got 2 different circuits that need to feed that one. Understand?
Mm-hmm.
So that's how many different wires we need to run. So that's 5 different circuits going forward that we have to somehow figure out how we're going to connect them. So initially we can run it through one of those 6-post Deutsch connectors. One of these.
Okay.
You have 6 posts on it. 6. It's better that way. So we can wire that as a quick connect in the back of the bike like that and get it to work. Assuming I didn't forget anything. Yeah, I have a habit of forgetting things. So yeah, we'll have to figure that out. Now, do you want to run a circuit breakers or not?
Well, if I don't run them, I'm going to burn a wire.
If something shorts, it will have a problem.
Yeah, then I better run a circuit breaker.
It will melt. You can either run 1 breaker or 2 breakers. Totally up to you. If you want to use 1 breaker, you come right off the ignition switch and you have to run the ignition switch through the breaker, because you see when you come out, you got two legs coming out. You got ignition circuit, light circuit. That's 2 breakers.
Right.
If you only want to run 1 breaker, you have to run the ignition switch through the breaker. It has to be on this line over here.
Okay.
And it feeds everything. It protects the whole system. So, and then we have to put that somewhere on the bike. So if you want to do it that way, we can just wire it in, no big deal.
Okay, let's do that way.
And we can still use the same no circuit breaker protection design for the harness for the other stuff, because we're just coming out of here. Okay. So you got kind of an idea what we're going to do?
Yeah.
Okay, now I got to figure out how I'm going to do it. So we got to come over here and figure out what has to go where and what it's going to take to make work. I'm not sure how many circuits I need because I don't remember. You can either do a bunch of this stuff in your head and write it all down, or you just you take one of those Deutsch connectors, lay it where you want it to be, and you just start plugging wires into it, and if you run out of circuits, you get a bigger one and put more in there. That's how you do it.
Okay.
It's not hard to figure out.
Alright.
So initially I kind of like doing a quick schematic of what I'm going to do. This one here is all separated out pretty good, but not necessarily how it's going to wire. But we need to figure out what's going to go to what. So we had our 3 circuits that we had to hook together. So where's your brake switch? It's buried underneath someplace?
The brake switch is back here.
When's it come out over here?
It's right here. Comes out these 2 wires right here.
On your side only, right? We yank them out?
Yeah.
We got it over here. Okay, all these are coming out of your top of your thing right there. Okay, so it looks like we're in a good spot for a Deutsch connector right there, doesn't it? Boom. Now, right there we're going to get another circuit in your Deutsch connector, because now we got an in and an out for the brake switch. That's 2 different wires, so that just grew by 1.
Okay.
See how that works?
Right.
So, we just have plenty of length right here for a Deutsch connector to just lay up under here to see if we can zip tie it to your frame rail. So you stick it right over here.
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty simple to do. So that's a good starting point. Alright, so let's go ahead and grab some terminals and we'll be back. What are you doing over there?
I'm taking some of this excess headlight wire back into the bolt.
You're stuffing a bucket full of crap?
Yeah.
Look at that. He's stuffing his bucket full of crap.
A little more, you think?
I don't know. Let's just hang it down and let it hang for a while. Why don't you put something on your fender to protect it? I'm thinking a nice good towel. That'll work. It look pretty clean.
Polish.
Alright, so we're going to start up here in the front of the fork, work our way to the back. So, we're going to separate our circuits here. Give me a little ratchet.
A little ratchet?
Socket on, or the Allen socket on it.
What size?
Well, actually, before I do that, I'm going to do this. It's a short, stubby.
You want an extension?
Yep. Oh, that's tight.
6 or 12 inch?
Yeah, one of them.
I'm not sure that's right, Alan.
The short one. There's only one short one in the bucket.
Oh, one short one?
Screwdriver's right here. Take that Allen out so we get to the screws to hook this up. I usually like working on a part of the bike that's easy to start in a wiring harness. So let's start with the front. It's a little easier to figure out. I work my way toward the middle of the bike. Oh, you got that off?
Yep.
Okay. Hook up these 2 screws.
There's those 3 for the...
These are Phillips.
Those go on the ignition switch.
Here. Phillips right here. beam. You want low beam left or right?
Low beam left.
Low beam is left. Okay. And the way a switch works, whichever way this toggle points is the way the wire goes to. So if you want it to be the left, the wire goes on the right for low beam. High beam is white. It's always white. At least on a Harley. I don't work on Chevy, so I don't know how they do it. They might be different. All right. Tight. Tight. All right, those are on there. Two Allens. Now later on you put hex head up if you want to make it real good stuff. Or you get one of the chrome plastic pasties. Cover up your rusted old Allen. Some more levers. Alright, and the switch is mounted. Off, high, low, high. That's low, that's high, off is in the middle. So now if you want to run from leash, just turn your headlight off. Of course the tail light will be on, but that's okay. As long as you never use the brakes, it shouldn't matter. Alright, now for the input switch, we got 3 different things got to hook to that. We got 4 things got to connect to that. Where's your wire? It goes to here. See the long one?
Yep.
See, this doesn't need to be quite this long.
So you want to get the dikes?
Well, you got a zip tied to everything.
I didn't zip tie it.
I can leave that.
You didn't tell me to do anything yet, so I'm not doing anything. I'm gonna hit myself.
This one here. Now one of those needs to go up to this position here.
To that center spot?
Yep. Then we're going to have 2 legs of the, these here have to go to that same spot.
One from each side.
No, I'm wrong. That's,
it's off.
your headlight. No, we can have that wired full time. Because you got the on-off switch right here. So the light would come on all the time. You just have to remember to turn on the, you have to go to the light circuit to turn on the tail light. We can make this the hot wire, eliminate a wire. We just make this a hot wire here.
Right.
Full-time hot. So the light would come on and off just by doing that. Flipping that off.
Right, but once I put the key in the ignition and turn the key, the light will come on, right?
Otherwise, we're going to have a separate hot wire come up. We'll have to connect these 2 to a wire coming from below. Which doesn't really, we can do it that way. It doesn't really matter because we got to run wires. We got to run wires anyway. There's two of these have to be connected together. They're 12 volt.
Okay.
So I just take two of these, connect them together.
One from each side?
Yeah, they got to be spliced into the harness going to the back. You know, you can put a quick disconnect up there to do that, or we just hard splice them and call it done.
It's hard. Shove them both into a butt connector, you mean, and run it back?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you want to cut, if you want to change, you just cut it.
Yeah.
Okay. We can do that. So we shorten these up a little bit if we're going to do that. This one here, we have to do a ground. So this has to have the same thing done to it, has to be cut. The other lead has to go up to here. Okay, so where are we at? Where's this coming from?
Right here. Do you want me to cut this hook, this clamp, or this
No, no.
zip tie?
I just want to see where I'm at. 'Cause see, I'm on the side where I got to look through 15 different things to see what I'm looking at. Your side over here, you got good access view of looking at stuff because you only got one thing you're looking at, a wire. I'm looking through a cable and a whole bunch of stuff. Okay, so now I can see where we're at. Now, why is this thing not shrunk? That should have been shrunk the rest of the way.
That's where they had it crammed up with that other heat shrink. All those other wires that weren't connected to anything in there.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you something about that. We have that extension cord you had last night.
I wound it up and put it over here.
Let's wind me up into this.
Inside it.
Yeah, if I saw it, I would tell you where it was at.
I think it was there.
It's over in the back of the bike where you left it.
Oh, there it is.
You need this end.
Yep.
I don't need all that. Pick up the middle of the cord.
Just got a knot, it fell through.
You did a good job of knotting that up.
Look how fast I get it out though.
Yeah, still waiting for you to pull the one that's doing it, because that's the one right there that's doing it. And you get the wrong way. If you pull it the other way, all that comes undone. You got the wrong one. You still made a knot out of it. Did you practice doing this way?
It seems like it. Alright.
Now we have power. Grab the camera and do some videoing.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's more, doesn't it?
Here's your dikes.
I will be needing those. Wiring tools.
Crimpers, strippers.
And pullers. Important stuff. Gotta have it. Okay, so now I took care of that big hump that was on there. Looked like a python sitting in there. Do a hard bend on that. We have to have enough length to get all the way up to here, see? And the orange wire is going to be the hot one, I'm assuming. Alright. The black one is ground. That has to be tied into another circuit, which is going to be, which we haven't done yet. What's the ground on this thing?
Right there.
Now see, they're just grounding it right through here. So we're going to clip this, connect into this, and go that way. So if we want, we can take this one here and run this up into here, tie them together, and have one more wire coming out the other way.
Okay.
That way the connection's inside here where you don't see it. But to do that, we got to get rid of the end over here because I need this wire. So if I clip that off, you put that garbage can like right there. Right there. Alright, so now This here can go through here. It's going to be kind of hard to do. Okay, there's our common ground wire. Put a zip tie right here and tie this stuff all together like this. Keeps it nice and neat and clean. But we'll be adding more to it, so figure that out what we need in a minute. Okay, I'm going to shorten this up a little bit. That's going to wind up going to our switch right up here. So we need a little small eyelet to connect into that. You want those in your back pocket?
No.
You didn't bring one with you? Yeah. Inconsiderate. This wire had no lock washer on it either. See? No lock. It's a very short screw too, which is another problem we'll run into. So if you keep your circuits real low, you don't run out of wire length, screw length. Perfect. There's a screw. Don't lose that screw in the lock. Okay, now we need to get a little piece of connecting material. You got those floating around?
Nope.
Didn't bring no wiring stuff with you again.
I didn't leave.
We got wiring connection stuff here. Boxes of stuff. Start back here. More wiring. Remember, we used to have a big area to work. We used to have a bunch of crap laying around we're not using anymore. See, like stuff like this, it's in our way. That doesn't need to be here. See this here? That doesn't need to be here. At least this we're going to use at some point. Yeah, look at that limb again. You get a lunch break too. Good. That's the right size. We'll get some comments about you eating the film.
Yeah, I'm just doing it to annoy him.
Oh, okay. That's okay then. They could follow along if they wanted to. Alright, there's the right one. this thing's kind of dinky.
Not much wire in there, huh?
No, we don't get much wire. If you take it, fold it in half on itself. Now you got double the wire. So now you can stick it in there, you get twice as much to hold on to it. Nope, too far. That crunchy noise we hear in the background. Okay, that's now connected. That goes to there. Okay, so at some point we'll zip tie them together. This one here, obviously we have a lot of extra length over here on the ground, so we have to connect these two together, and they're going to get connected to another wire going backwards. It's a separate ground, so that'll take care of that problem. Okay, what else do we got left here? Now these two here, all of this stuff needs to get connected together. So we need to figure out where you want to have your connection at over here. So we need a zip tie. What color zip tie you want? Pink, yellow, blue, white?
You got chrome?
Yes, I do.
No, I didn't. Black.
Black?
Yeah.
You guys all want black.
Chrome zip ties, huh?
Yep.
There must be some high dollar zip ties.
They are expensive, yes. They used to make those in the 90s because people always wanted chrome and everything. Put in your zip ties. Ugh. Get here where I can see what I'm doing. Okay, we're going to take all these wires. You taking pictures?
No, I'm just filming.
I heard it click.
I don't know.
I
think you're hearing things.
If you push the button in back, that's what happens.
I didn't touch. I got it. I'm holding it with one hand here.
I know.
Oh.
Just tell you what happened. I'm not in charge of what you're doing. Zip tie doesn't want to go in. Maybe that's why it doesn't work. Maybe those little dikes down there.
These the other ones?
No, dikes.
Oh, little. I think it's the little dikes.
They're little.
Okay.
Trying to be cheap here. Somebody cut it too short. You can't be cheap if you don't take the zip tie out of the zip tie. Okay. See, I'm reusing my zip tie because I'm cheap. That didn't take too long to fix the problem, did it? Taking 15 minutes to save.
Save a zip tie?
Save a zip tie. That's me. You get what you get. Now it works a lot better though, see? Okay, those are all going to go together like that. Okay. So that's what you're going to look at in the front of the bike is that. And this is going to go to the rear of the bike. We're going to add another wire coming out of here, a black wire. So we got how many wires here?
We got 4.
4. Oh, yeah. Good deal.
4.
Good deal. Right. Get some wire. You need any wire? Did you bring any wire with you?
I bought a. I resupplied you up there this morning. I loaded it up. Loaded up the rack. I brought you a few extra empty boxes too.
Oh, that's good. I like that. Right there. What's in there?
Some heat shrink.
We got heat shrink. Okay. Oh, makes my back feel so nice. Some water. It's even heavier. Okay, there's some more wire. I'm going that way. Yeah, right where you're standing.
Reach version.
Okay. Did you see what's in this box?
Heat shrink.
Nope.
What is it?
Conduit.
Ah.
This box?
Get it out of here. Folks, we'll be right back.